Americans are expected to place nearly $8 billion in legal bets on this weekend's Super Bowl, but you can't do that legally here in Oklahoma.
Now, the governor and state lawmakers say this may be the year legalized sports passes. News on 6's Jonathan Cooper has more.
Since the United States Supreme Court gave individual states the power to legalize sports betting in 2018, bets, once left to neighborhood bookies, have emerged as a multi-billion-dollar industry. But Oklahoma is still sitting on the sidelines, one of only 14 states without any form of legalized sports wagering.
And I just want Oklahomans to know I want to get it rolled out for them because I think Oklahomans want it.
Literally every weekend, Oklahomans bet millions of dollars with out-of-the-country sports betting operations.
But it's not just overseas operations anymore. In fact, it's knocking on our front door. Last year, Kansas joined Arkansas and New Mexico, becoming our most recent neighbors with in-person and online sports wagering. Missouri lawmakers tried passing it last legislative session, but barely came up short during an overnight session. And many believe Missouri will legalize it this spring.
If you have your cell phone, you have an app, you're able to go into the state and you can drive literally right over the border.
And it really is that easy. Oklahomans can cross the state line into Kansas and download one of 5 sports betting apps. In the first 3 months sports betting was legal in Kansas, more than $500 million was bet, generating the state about $11 million. In Kansas, apps like FanDuel, DraftKings, and BetMGM offered lucrative incentives, like a first bet of just $5 offered with $200 in free bets. But if you do come out on top, the state of Kansas takes the tax dollars that go with it.
It's like a couple of divorced parents that are fighting over the children.
Jack Ross, better known as Fat Jack to the sports betting world,
and get ready to win with the Fat Jack,
is a regular contributor to ESPN, Fox, and SiriusXM. He's also on the nationally syndicated sports gambling show Beat the Odds.
The big losers of the state not being able to benefit from the revenue that's generated, taxable revenue, where they could put it to a number of things. I don't even know that it matters where they put it. If you have extra money, you can do something positive with it.
At the state capitol, lawmakers will once again consider a bill to legalize sports betting, a measure that stalled out last year. But Governor Stitt believes it could go further this session.
You know, there's a good chance it does. We've been studying it. I've talked to the Thunder, the University of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. There's a difference of opinions on how to roll it out.
Tribes have to be the operator. There's no getting around that. We don't want to see the compact breached. It's been good for everybody, and it brings vital dollars to the education front.
Matthew Morgan with the Oklahoma Indian Gaming Association says his member tribes are highly interested, some even preparing their facilities for the possibility of sports betting becoming legal.
I think tribes are always hopeful that we'll have a very positive and productive relationship with the governor.
I've got a new term, so let's not bring in old battles and old relationships.
I think this is the year for it.
Representative Ken Luttrell from Ponca City is the co-chair of the Native American Caucus and has authored a bill setting up a sliding scale for tax collections, something he says is fair to all sides. But if it doesn't pass, Luttrell believes Oklahoma will continue to miss out on millions.
It's throwing money away. It's just we're not getting our share of what we should be getting. That's going on anyway, whether it's with the illegal bookie down the street or an entity down in the Caribbean.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are adding their voice in support of legalizing sports betting in Oklahoma. A spokesman tells News on 6 in a statement, 36 other states currently have sports betting. And like other pro teams in those states, we are excited about the possibilities it would offer our fans and their engagement with the NBA and the Thunder throughout our state. While less enthusiastic, Senate President Pro Tem Greg Treat says he has had productive talks with a number of tribal leaders, saying in part, I want to have this conversation in a methodical and respectful manner that benefits both Oklahoma and the tribal nations within our state.
But let's get it done for Oklahomans. Let's make sure it's transparent. Let's make sure it's fair. Let's make sure it's auditable.
We're willing, able, and ready to start working with the stakeholders here to, if they want to make an offer, I think we're ready to listen and assist in their efforts.
And earlier today, State Senator Bill Coleman announced he would be authoring Representative Luttrell's bill on the Senate side of this. He says that he recently drove across the border to put some bets in. And he says he saw a lot of other Oklahoma license plates in the parking lot. If a bill is approved, betting could be legal by November 1st, right in the middle of the college football and NFL seasons. Jonathan Cooper, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.